Before I get started with the demo, I just wanted to make a mention about your little treat boxes.
That are darling.
Just want you to know, these little craft, they're called scallop craft boxes. They're in the catalog. Really easy to put together, just crease them. And love the scallop edge, love the gold foil. And so this gift package was made just by tying a ribbon and making a tag. The tag is actually stitched, you can see on one side. It's made with the craft paper that we have in our mini catalog. It's a little heavier, which is kind of nice for a tag. And using our tailor-made dies that are stitched. So all of this was Stampin' Up products. This is black and white paper, came from Party Patterns or something like that. Big, thick piece of DSP. And then, so all these are Stampin' Up products except this little guy here is, he's retired. But we have pretty, pumpkins.
But he's still Stampin' Up.
Well, yes, it is. And, but you know, pretty pumpkins arrived at my house yesterday. So, you know, just pretend this is one of the pretty pumpkins from that, because I love that set too. So just a mention about how this was put together, and if you ever wanted to recreate it, you know, once you take the bow off, you can regift it. So anyway, I want to make a mention of that. All right, so the next card is fall. As Kelly mentioned, we'll be doing a fall card. So you'll have a packet in there. This is Nature's Harvest bundle from Stampin' Up in our mini catalog. And I'm going to use the blue for an example, so I may reference blue, but you can pick any color you want to start with. And I just wanted to show you the products we're going to be using. This is the new Nature's Harvest stamp set. I love the cone flowers. Love, love, love the cone flowers. And it has some sending healing thoughts, may nature's beauty bring peace to your soul. So some very nice sayings, a little bouquet of wildflowers, and this background piece. So, and then they have the coordinating dies, which we're using 2 of them on this card. We're using the wheat and we're using the cone flower. But you'll notice there's also another flower here, and then this die coordinates and cuts out this flower, which is wonderful. And then they have another die to cut out the little flower. So, and then they have this beautiful branch.
Which catalog is that in?
This is in the mini catalog.
Thank you.
Which, this the harvest card or the?
This is Nature's Harvest card, yeah. So it's on page 56 of the mini catalog. Here's a couple nice examples that they're using. And then of course it has this label for the long sayings in the set.
Oh, I was hoping this is.
Yeah.
So plus the small label. So I like the fact that it has 2 labels in it as well that you can use for other cards. So that's the set that we're going to be using. And also I should mention, if you take out your packet, did you notice the cork paper?
Yeah.
It feels like cork. It looks like cork.
Cool.
And yet it's so thin, isn't it?
Because I have some cork paper.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Isn't it cool? I really like it. And what I did, when I cut these pieces, I had a small piece left over. Pieces, you know, small pieces. Well, I lined them up right next to each other. You could even tell that it wasn't one piece of paper. You could just, so what's nice about it is you can take your scraps
And use them.
and use them. Exactly.
So is this a 12 by 12 paper then?
12 by 12, 2 sheets.
Okay.
In a pack. So all of these cards were made with 1 pack.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you use it, cut it into the right dimensions, you can get quite a few out of it, these little pieces. Before I get started on making this card, while you guys are getting your packet out and ready, I wanted to show you a couple samples from this set. Now, Sherry's card, Sherry gave this to me in a swap. And I absolutely love this card. Absolutely love it. Beautiful job, Sherry. Love it. I love it.
Thank you.
She does a great job. So notice how she did this with the label, pulled the twine, and then these beautiful wheat pieces. Thought that was gorgeous. And this paper that we're using, the paper we're using today is called Harvest Meadow. And what I like about it is you've got 3 samples of the paper, and you can flip them to see what's on the backside, but it's very muted, subtle colors, which I think you can use with anything. And so that card that Sherry made is this pattern, which I think is really beautiful. And I think I did a version of that card with that paper, because that's one more option if you were to get that paper. I'll find it somewhere in here. Oh yeah, here it is. This is the same card that we're making, but now with that pattern paper. So you could use this pack of paper and make a ton of these cards.
Yeah.
And what's nice is these die cuts, actually, when I cut them, I cut 2 sheets of paper at a time, because they're sort of an outline stamp. You can cut, you can die cut 2 at a time.
Okay.
So, so it came together pretty easy. Here's a couple other samples of cards, and this one uses a nice big sheet of the work paper.
Wow.
Isn't that pretty?
And then they did color that.
And they colored it, so that's from the stamp, right? They colored the stamp. And here's a couple more.
Oh, honey. I love them all.
Yeah, I know, I love them all. Well, you know, and you go walking and you see those beautiful flowers in the meadows, and I just had to have it because, you know, you just want to recreate it. It makes me think of fall and all the fall water flowers. Now, we do have another set in the catalog called Quiet Meadow, and that's more spring and summer. And we use that same idea, silhouette pieces, that they make it really easy, but it has some butterflies and flowers, a couple other things in it that you had both, you can mix and match, right? Because they're all wildflowers. So, okay, so enough about all the products that we're using. I wanted you to be familiar with them. We're ready to put one of the cards together. All right, so let's take out our, if you haven't already, take out your packet. Fairly easy to put together, actually. So fold your soft suede cardstock in half. And then you're going to take your piece of Misty Blue or whatever color you're working with, and you're going to go ahead and put this designer series paper on the top of this blue, but you're going to, 3 sides of it will be, you're going to center it, right? At the top of the blue piece with edges even on 3 sides. Like so. Then you're going to take that beautiful cork paper. You're going to put adhesive on the back of that, and you're going to put it adjacent to the blue pattern piece. Butt it up together like this. And then this is our new diamond weave ribbon, which I really like the look on this card because it gives it sort of that antique look. We're going to go ahead and I'm going to put a little adhesive. Well, I'm going to put a lot of adhesive all the way down. Not just a little. I'm just going to put it all on the back.
On this ribbon here?
On this ribbon.
Oh.
Okay.
Just start with it.
And then I'm putting across here, and the ends will go and go around to the back. I'll just flip them around to the back.
With dots.
Nope, just with your regular adhesive. You might want to put some extra on the ends so that they stick behind your card. Like this, so. Doesn't have to be even or on the back at all because it won't be seen.
Just like that. That's, yeah.
Okay, so now that you did that, I'm going to tell you that the flowers needed to go on. And you're going to go, what? I have my instructions right here. It would be good if I followed them. Right?
Mine
Yes, I
did.
did.
Oh, mine
Didn't stick very well. It's okay because it's going to feel, it's going to get tucked under. It's good. It's very good. Hopefully, none of yours is stuck like glue because these little flowers actually need to be placed under the ribbon. So if you want to adhere your little cone flower and your wheat underneath the ribbon, just slip it under there.
Or I could just do it without the ribbon. Or do I want to put?
Oh, you want the
first?
ribbon?
You want the ribbon first?
Oh,
no.
no, do the flowers first.
Since I didn't do the ribbon then.
Well, then you're good. You're golden.
I'm golden, something like that.
So those of you who are falling behind, there's an advantage. Right? So next we're going to take the back side of the flower and the wheat and put adhesive on it and then put them on our cards. to the left-hand side.
So glue these flowers on.
So glad my pieces, my little ribbon didn't stick well, and it doesn't need to, it just needs to be in place. So I'm gonna go ahead and put the flowers and the wheat on the card. They can overlap, and that's fine. Okay, so you sure your card should look like this so far? Possible? I'll do mine a little closer. You can angle it and you can have them overlap however you want. It is meant to be on the left side of the card, not centered, but whatever you want to do for your card is perfectly fine. And if your ribbon didn't stick good, go ahead and put some more adhesive on it. It just put the adhesive on it to make it stay in place, basically, a little bit. But when you tie the ends to the back and then we put this on the card,
Yeah.
it will stick well. It won't come apart. No bets on it.
Don't hold it.
You gotta say maybe.
Maybe. All right, so your card should look like that so far. And now you are ready to mount it onto your soft suede cardstock base.
Wow, cute.
Yeah, now you can do it. I did it with regular adhesive, but feel free. If you want to use pop-up dots, you can do that too. Just make sure when you do pop-up dots that you put them so they're straddling the lace, so that you get a little bit of popped up on the lace and the cardstock, so that holds in place. But this particular one, I think it needed it, but I'm going to make sure that I do put some adhesive over the top of that ribbon so that I don't lose my bet.
It hedge your bet.
Yes, exactly. All right, so now your card should look like this. Okay, and then we have our saying. Now in this card set, also gave you a variety of sayings. Thank you, happy birthday, and there's one more. Thinking of you. Thanks. Yeah. So this I did put up with pop-up dots. The only thing I'd mention on this one, and we're going to put it over this lace, and because it is thick, I make sure that the pop-up dots are near the top of the label, because otherwise, and the bottom. So I recommend putting like 3, because, or you can cut them in half so they're smaller, because this will have a tendency to tilt when it's on something thick. This way you have them at the top and the bottom of the label. You can cut them in half and put 4 of them if you'd like.
I did.
You did? Yeah, it's probably better. And then it won't tilt when you put it over the ribbon. But then that's your last step for the front of the card. How's everyone doing? Is it, was that okay in terms of pace?
Yeah.
Okay.
So beautiful, Carol. Wonderful.
Thank you. Yeah, now I did stamp the inside for you with your sentiment, but look at how lovely that stamp is with the cone flowers. And then this, I love, everybody has a speckle stamp if you're a stamper probably, but this one I love because it gives you that sort of watercolor splash look, like when you try and put it on something with water, you try and make those droplet looks. So that's why I like this one in particular. So that would be your last step on this card, is just to put the inside.
Then I attach it.
That's what's worth.
Okay. Okay, so then you've got your other colors. You get to stamp away, craft away, yeah.
Thank you. Beautiful.
So, yeah,
Pretty, very pretty card.
Very
thank you. I'm glad you like it, doesn't it? Just remind you of fall. It does, even though it's not leaves, right? It's wildflowers.
We can do this. We can do it.
Yeah.
Okay, we don't need to.
Yeah.
That cork is very pretty.
Isn't it pretty?
And
so
which
catalog is the cork in?
It's in the mini.
Okay.
So it's, I'll tell you that it's, our mini catalog is only available to January 3rd.
Right.
Or as supplies are available.
Ah.
They always say that, and it's true. They, especially near it gets the end of the catalog, if you like something like, I did order 2 more packs after making this card. Because like, I think I might want that in the future.
Yeah, sure.
And I don't want it to run out, so.
Just like a squirrel.
Yeah.
When you got the pack, was this what you saw? And it was actually the cork? Remember you thought you didn't get the cork?
Oh, no, I ordered it since. I
Okay.
didn't order, yeah. Something
Okay.
else came
I
that
thought
wasn't
we-
the card.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe because the side was showing up. And so you really had
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Because the
Yeah.
craft paper I had was that, and then I decided to use it on a tag. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah, I did make use of it.
Right.